Hey, Barbie. Good evening. How you doing? Mm. Hey, Mystical. You were an annoying last night. What makes you think that? You were an annoying. It's all good. Nah, you didn't annoy me. I like teasing. I was teasing you anyway. You didn't annoy me. It was good. It's your birthday. It was your birthday yesterday, so I'll let you do whatever. You said your phone was acting up or something like that. So yeah, well, you said you couldn't text. So it's all good. So you gonna blame it on the weed. Blame it on the weed. Let's go. Thank God I don't get high no more. Fuck that. I can't do it. I can't get high no more. My friend came to visit me today and he said if it was okay if he smoked in the workshop. I said, yeah, go ahead. I don't care. Yeah, it's all good. It wasn't nothing bad. You said you wanted a reading. Then I asked you what you want. And you said you wanted the heaven card. So I gave you one. And then after that, he was like, no, 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 I don't want it. I was like, too late. You already asked. And that was it. I said, why you going to be a pain in the ass? It's all good. I'm not mad. Trust me. It's all good. I can't be mad at you. Yeah. Here it's not. It's not legal here. They want to. They want to make it legal here. But if they do, it's going to be a lot of issues. Because people here tear the ass out of everything. So they're going to end up doing it like everywhere. Because people, if somebody says to a stupid Bermudian here, oh, yeah, weed's legal. They'll go into church and smoke weed. That's how dumb they are. Yeah, weed's legal. I can do what I want. That's what they think legal means. Legal to some people in the world, it means disrespect people. But that's how dumb people are. They would do that here. So I don't care if it's legal here or not, because I don't do it anymore. I smoked for years. Years and years and years I've smoked. This year made 8 years I stopped drinking, smoking cigarettes, and weed. And my bank account looks a lot better than it always has. Because cigarettes are expensive, alcohol is expensive, and weed is expensive. So I cut all three of those things out of my life, and my life's been a lot better. Financially, physically, mentally. Yeah. Well, the thing is everybody has their opinions on what is what, but at the end of the day, nothing's bad unless you abuse it. So alcohol is only bad if you get drunk and you do something bad. Weed's only bad if you get too high and then you fucking pass out and you fucking do dumb shit while you're doing weed. It's just like a gun. A gun ain't hurt nobody unless you shoot them. It's just like food. You eat too much, you're gonna get sick and get fat and get nasty. It's all about consumption. Respectful consumption brings respectful behavior and so forth. So, you know, that's what it boils down to be honest. To me, that's what it means. Otherwise, that yeah, the government always wants to profit off of everything. Hey, Lynn, how you doing? So they're gonna do exactly what they want to do. You're good. Good to hear. Yeah, I'm all right. Just been making last preparations for the funeral. Got my clothes all ready. Got everything ready for tomorrow. All I gotta wait for is for the hour, and that's it. This time tomorrow, everything will be over and done with, and I'll be happy it's all over, so I don't have to deal with it. It's weird because every day that's gone by, it's like I've been like saying to myself, 3 days from now it'll be over. 2 days will be now from me over. Now it's like now it's gonna be over in a matter of hours. So yeah, I just want it to be over and done with, so my family doesn't have to go through this shit, any longer. It's already been prolonged too long as it is. But I'm just sad that my whole family can't be there because my two nephews are in college and they can't come back. Like they literally just started school, so to bring them back is gonna cost a lot of money. Then they're gonna miss classes, and so two of my nephews are not gonna be here, which is sad. But I wish they were here, but you know, it's life. But I told them that you can always go to the cemetery afterwards. You always can talk to him in spirit. I know it's not the same, but it's the way it is. And then on Saturday morning, my youngest nephew goes with his class to Canada to go see colleges that they might, be interested in. He's going to be gone for 2 weeks, so my mini me will be out of here for 2 weeks. So I'm going to miss him for 2 weeks. Just going to be me and my sister in this house all by ourselves. No kids. So it sucks. But they're at the age now where they're going to be going to college, seeing things, all that bullshit. So time's ticking. Everything's changing. And then tonight was the viewing of my dad just for my family. And my sister said my mom was a mess. And I was like, I told you guys you shouldn't do that shit. But she said she didn't regret it, but it was very hard. I said, that's why I didn't go. I don't want to see my dad like that. Fuck that shit. You guys can go see that and be haunted by it, not me. I don't like to see people dead and all that shit. I don't like all that. I want to remember my father in a positive, way. I don't want to see him. I already saw him dead. I don't need to see him again. Like that shit's fucking whack. Whoever invented that shit's an idiot. But hey, well, you want to go? That's your life. Me, I refuse to do that. That ain't happening. I did it once and I'll never do it again. I just don't like that. Yeah, I just some people don't care. Like they'll go and like they'll be okay or whatever. But nah. Me personally, that will like affect me a lot. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. Me, I will refuse to do it. Yeah. Well, if it didn't affect you that well, see, everybody's different. You know what I mean? Like to you, it probably was okay. To some people, it's okay, and some people are like, "Oh hell yeah, I want to see him one more time." Like and, but me personally, I just can't do it. It won't set right for me. Yeah, yeah, I understand all of that. I see things differently. I just don't want to do it because I always like to have a positive image of people when they die. I don't want it to be an image of you know. And like I said, I was close to my dad, and I don't want to see him like that. It was bad enough I saw him, dead on the floor in my kitchen and at the kitchen at the house, and then see him getting taken out dead out of my house and out of my parents' house. That shit's bad enough. I don't need to see no more. Now, maybe if it was the opposite way around, maybe if I didn't see it, maybe I would have viewed him, maybe. But I can't do that. I have to see things in a positive light. That I don't want to see negative shit. But I totally understand, But my mom, she went because, obviously it's her husband, and she wanted to see if he was dressed, well, and all that type of stuff. And my sister said that it was like the worst thing ever. She doesn't. She said she didn't regret it, but it sucks. And I said, yeah, I understand that. But I said, me, I'm a medium, so I don't need to see all that stuff. It don't mean nothing to me. You know what I mean? I see them in spirit all the time. So why am I gonna see them? Why am I gonna see their body laying there when it doesn't matter anymore? See, to me, it's pointless because of what I do. So if you're a medium, you don't really care for that. Well, at least I don't. I don't know about other mediums, but to me, that shit don't make no difference. The only thing that matters now is that person has a spirit that's out there. But I respect everybody's decision. But if you're a medium, you have me as a medium, I have a different perspective on that. Because once you leave your body's nothing anymore. So you should remember that person's body in a positive way when you saw them, right? So I now see them in spirit. So I see them in a fresh way that they want to be seen. So to me, like seeing them dead in a casket makes no point to me. It's pointless to me. Now I can say that to you, and you're like, "Well, I'm not a medium, so if I go see him, I feel better." Oh, exactly. That's my point. For you, it's different because you're not a medium, but or like that's how I think as a medium. I don't want to see that because that's gonna tarnish my thoughts and my views. It's gonna make me feel like, what the fuck did I just do? You know, why would I see that? Why would I see that if I can see a spirit and know that it's better looking than that? When I see my dad now, he looks like he's 60 again, and that's how he wants to look to me. You know, I don't see him old and fucked up like I see him in real life. When I see him, when he comes to me in spirit, he looks like he's 60 years old. Like how I remember him as a strong man and not sick and not fucked up. That's what he wants to look like. Because he even said that before he passed, he goes, "Look at me, I'm nothing now. I can't even do anything. I can't handle that. Like I just don't do it. I just don't want to do it." Yeah. I mean, my sister said she didn't regret it, but I just think that to me, I think it's pointless. Like, I don't like it. I don't even like seeing people dead. I don't like seeing that. It's just it doesn't set with me. I want to see life. I want to see spirit. I don't want to see dead like the carcass of the person, the body of the person. I just don't like seeing it. Yeah. Like I'm not against it. You can view whoever you want, and some people don't get affected by those type of things. But it's just the way I am. I just don't want to do it. My mom is kind of like hoping that I would go, and I'm like, "Mom, I don't want to see that. That's not what I want to remember Dad as." You know. Even tomorrow when I go to the funeral, like I know he's in there. I know his like I know his body's in there, but his spirit's also there too. His spirit's right there with me. You know, your spirit actually attends the funeral, so you can see all the people that mourn for you and love you and care for you. I think it's great that that happens that way. That a spirit will be at their own funeral and look at everybody who cares about them. I believe that that's what happens to me. People have their own assessments and whatever, and that's fine. But to me, once you get out of that body, you're automatically out there in a spiritual form, already connecting to that life. It's just like when you're born, you automatically adapt to life as you go on. It's the same thing in a spiritual form. It's just that you're no longer a baby. You're actually how you want to feel and look. You're a spirit that's out there doing what you got to do and helping your family. Hey Dan, how you doing, bro? Yeah, and you said you see him now as healthy and happy. Exactly, and that's what I want to remember my dad as. I don't want to see him like that. And my sister said that my mom's a mess after she saw it, and I was like, of course. That's why I didn't suggest her to do it because I know my mom. She's gonna be even worse now because she saw him, like that. But she was adamant on doing it. She was like, "Oh, I have to go," and I'm like, "Go ahead, mom. I don't care." Just me personally, mom, I don't want to go. And she respected that. My siblings respected my decision because they know how I am. I don't like to see negative things. To me, seeing my dad like that is negative, and I don't want that. I want to see my dad in spirit now. I don't want to see his body anymore. Been there, done that. Now I want to see him in his new life, his new light, his new light, his new journey. That's it. Simple as that. Take it or leave it. You know? That's it. And everybody respects my decision. They're fine. No one says that. My siblings and my mom don't disagree with me. They just say, that's what you want, that's what you want. And see, they don't have the ability that I have to see my dad in spirit. They don't. They're gonna see him in dreams probably, but not like how I can. So that's the difference, and that's why I say what I say, like, cause I'm in a different predicament. Some pizza. Oh, nice. And the Steeler game. Oh, cool. I didn't even know that. Oh, that's right. It's Thursday today. Shit. I'm getting my days all mixed up, man. It doesn't even. This week has been like just dragged out too long, man. I can't wait for the end of the funeral and like life to go back to normal. And I know it's difficult, and I know like sometimes I'm not trying to be selfish or anything. It's just me personally, like I said a million times, like I don't care for funerals, and I don't care to mourn and cry and all that shit, because I know for a fact there's a new life for that person, in a spiritual form. So to me, I don't even want to mourn or cry, because that shit don't make no difference now. But I can go blue in the face saying whatever I want, and that's how I'm gonna be. So it's all good, you know. I'm actually very happy that my dad doesn't have to suffer anymore, and that's the main thing. I watched him suffer this whole year, and I don't want to see that image in my brain anymore. I actually enjoy, ever since he came to me in spirit these past few days, and seeing him looking like 60 years old again. That's the image I want to embed in my mind now, forever. Him younger, healthier, happier. That's the image I want. I don't want to see the rest of that shit. It don't phase me. I don't want to see that. It's just like when my auntie died 2 years ago, and her husband, my uncle, he died 18 years ago. So she was without her husband for 16 years. And the day she died, I was on here, and my mom called me and said, "Hey, Mark, look, auntie died." I'm like, "Okay, fuck." So when I hung up the phone, I automatically saw her hugging her husband, which is my uncle, obviously. And they were well dressed, and they were so freaking happy. And that's what I want to see. I don't want to see like them suffering. And when I started doing mediumship, I used to tell people all the time, and the videos are still on here. When I used to do mediumship, when I first started doing it on here, like years ago, like 6 years, when I've been on here for 6 years, I used to see spirits used to show me how they died, and when they like how they died. They showed me how, like they showed me actually if they got murdered, if they committed suicide, and I didn't want to see that. I had to change how they deal with me, because I couldn't take that shit. I don't want to see that. So I programmed my mediumship to see only positive things, because that's the way it should be. It should be that way. So I tell them from jump, look, I don't want to see no death. I don't want to see no murdering. I don't want to see how you killed yourself. I don't care for none of that shit. That's not what we're here for. You're here to give a message to the person you love. Talk to me in a positive way. Let's get shit done. And I don't need to see none of that shit. Because when I used to see all those things, it made it worse for me. It made me not want to do it. Because me personally, I don't like to see negative images. Who the fuck does? So that's the way that I want it to be. And that's the way it's gonna be forever, because I don't want that. That's not my thing. Now, if I do see something like that, then I'll relate the message, and then it'll confirm things or whatnot. But otherwise, that I don't need that in my life. Ace. Who's Ace? Hey Merlin, how you doing? Hey Tanya, how are you, sweetheart? You good? Thanks for the super chat, Merlin. I mean, I'm getting yes, all positive cards here. So if you do tell her that you want to do it in 2026, it'll definitely make a difference. I still feel like this person will be, kind of overwhelmed, but not as much. And for you to suggest that will make her feel like, hey, look, this person's patient. So, you know, being that she's willing to do this next year instead of right now and give me the time and be patient about it, you know what? I would consider this person considers doing it. Yeah. So I would say, yeah, it can definitely happen. So I would say, yeah, Marilyn, ask her. And I feel like you'll get a good answer. But I do see this person as being honest. They are overwhelmed and they are like overthinking about a lot of things. But if you give them enough time and show them that you're patient, then they definitely will consider doing it. Yeah. I got all positive cards. So it looks good. You're grateful, waiting for the well fixed bits. Mm. Well, Tanya, I would say that the bid to fix the well is not going to be that much. I don't think like it's a major thing. I don't think it'll be like thousands and thousands of dollars or something. It might be a couple grand, but not much. It ain't gonna be like ridiculously crazy. I don't see it being bad. Marilyn, thanks for the super chat. You said we'll. Yeah. Well, you know what I wanted to ask you, Tanya, was is there is there like a pressure tank next to is there a pressure tank next to the pump? Because sometimes when pumps run off a run with a pressure tank, then it could be the pressure tank needs more air or the pressure tank might be fucked where it's not pushing the pressure through to the pump. So it could be that too. I'm not sure if that's how it works out there with the well pump, but if there's a pressure tank next to the pump, then sometimes the pressure tank is messed up. You know what I mean? Okay, well, yeah, that's probably what it is. Because if you replaced the pump 4 years ago, then the pump should be all right. So if there's not enough pressure, then it's the pressure tank, because the pressure tank runs the pressure, right? So if the pressure tank's messed up, it's probably that. But I don't know if you replace the pressure tank when you replace the pump, because some people would do that and some people don't. Because pressure tanks last for a long time. So it could be something like, just a pressure tank you have to change. Yeah. Yeah. So if he didn't change the pressure tank, then it's probably old and they probably have to change the pressure tank. Yeah. So if you just change the pump, then that's fine. It might not be the pump. It just might be just a pressure tank. Yeah. Because if there's not enough pressure, that means the pressure tank's fucked. Yeah. Nah. Pressure tanks are easy. You just take it out, put the other one in, pump it up, bang. Bye. And even if that pressure tank, if that pressure tank, if you can put, if it like say if it's on 30 psi and it has to go to 60, it's a matter of like just pumping it up and putting more air in there. And then if it consumes the air over 24 hours and you don't see it drop or whatever, then you know you're fine. See what I'm saying? So they're probably gonna test it. They're gonna test the pressure tanks to see if there's a pin leak or a leak in it. And if there is no leak, if there is a leak, they're gonna have to change the pressure tank. So it's simple as that. I don't get that it's a major thing. And sometimes if you say something, then they'll know that you know something about it, or they might think you're talking to somebody about it. So next time you talk about the well stuff, just say, "Hey, is the pressure tank fine?" Because that's probably what it is. Because Phil never changed the pressure tank; he just changed the pump. So it's probably the pressure tank. So if you were to say that, then they'll probably like, "Okay, yeah, you know, she knows." Obviously, she might have got somebody to come here, so we can't screw her over. I'm not that I think they will, but we'll see. Hopefully, it's just that. Yeah, exactly. Sure, you sound smart. All right, Marilyn. Let's see. Absolutely. I got even more positive cards. You sure you're the right Marilyn that I talk to every day? Dang. You got good cards again. So Marilyn, I would say that if you guys end up working together, it'll be really good. It'll be like positive, it'll be abundant, successful. Um I feel like you guys will work well together, mature. If this person is older than you, if this person is older than you, then I would say like, they'll probably be like take the reins and like, be good and all that stuff. Like if they're mature and they're a decent person, then they'll probably like have a better grip on things and they'll look forward to working with you and having a good time with you. I got the wish card here, so that tells me that, if you're wishing for this and you really want it, it can happen. But it's going to depend on your offer, like to offer this again to her, you know? Okay, well, yeah, because I see an older woman here. Hey, Joey, how you doing, Brownie Twin? I'm good. So I see an older woman in the cards. That's why I asked. So the older woman is like gonna take the lead. Like she's gonna be like, you know what? I no problem. Like I'll let you know what this and this and this, and then you go ahead and do what you gotta do. Like not take over your whole project, but take the lead as the older woman and advice and all that shit. So I got really positive things here, Marilyn. So I would say stick to that. I got really positive cards the first time and the second time. So looks good to me. Joey, mom isn't doing too good because she went to the viewing tonight and my sister said it destroyed her and she's very worried about her. And my mom's refusing to come to our house to spend the night. She's refusing to not to sleep in anybody else's, house. She wants to be alone. She doesn't want to sleep nowhere else but her own house. She doesn't want to like be a burden to anybody or anything like that, which she isn't gonna be, but everybody's worried about her and thinks that, she's gonna like have a mental breakdown or something. But my mom can be very dramatic, but she's very strong at the same time. I don't doubt anything with my mom. She's been through hell and back, but I warned her. I told her, you're making a mistake going to view dad. You should just leave it alone. He died in your arms. Leave it. Don't go look at him in a coffin, man. That's fucking bullshit. You don't want to do that. She's like, no way. That's my husband. I want to see if he's dressed right. I gave that suit. He better be in that suit, dressed right. And this, I said, all right, go ahead. It's your man. You want to do that, mom. Hey, I respect you for doing it. I admire you for doing it, but I ain't got the balls to do that shit. Hell no. See, I was explaining this earlier. That I explained this earlier when I was on here. That to me is different. That's why I talk the way I do. Because that body does not mean anything to me anymore. What means everything to me is spirit. His spirit has already come to me. I've seen him looking great. So why am I gonna see his dead body again if I already saw it the day he died? I don't want to see that again, man. No way. I don't want those negative images embedded in my brain. I don't want that. It's bad enough I saw him dead on the fucking ground. You want me to see him again in a coffin? No way. Hell no. I don't want that. Me personally, I can't do it. So everybody respected my decision. They're not mad at me or anything. But I'm not mad at them either. I just think that it's pointless to me. I want to see my dad in a better light. I don't want to see him like that. Well, my mom is very depressed, because she just lost a man that she was with for 60 plus years. So, that's just something that, she's never going to get over it and she's never going to let it go. And rightfully so. I'm not mad at my mom or upset at her or trying to change her mind. I know my mother. I know how she is. She gets all upset. She takes death very literally. And I let her do whatever she wants. I never tell her, oh, come to my apartment, I'll come to your house and sleep. I don't say fucking nothing. I just leave it alone. It's her life, you know? She's been through hell and back. So I'm leaving her alone. I don't bother her like that. When I call her, I try to uplift her spirit. I always try to tell her that my dad's with her every day. And she's like, I know, but it's not the same. And I said, yes, mom, I understand it's not the same, but you have to adjust to the spiritual form now, mom. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I know it's not like gonna be that easy. Of course not. You think it's easy for me too? Like, no, I'm not saying it's easy, but we have to adjust now to the spiritual form. It's not because the physical form is gone. And that should be the way it should always be. My mom said to me that she doesn't know how I'm keeping it, like how I'm not like all upset and crying. And I said because I'm not like you. I'm not. I don't do that shit. I celebrate life. I know what my dad did. I know who my dad is, and I don't want to. I don't want to see no more negative images of death. I don't like that. I'm gonna celebrate my dad's life. Do shit in memory of him. I don't want to see no. I don't want to see him in no fucking coffin. No way in hell. It's bad enough I gotta see the coffin tomorrow and deal with the funeral. I hate that shit too. It should not be none of that shit going on. Man, fuck that. Uh-uh. If I had my choice, I wouldn't even go because I don't even want to. I don't want to do. I don't want to see that. That shit to me is like a dagger in my heart. I don't want that. But I have. I'm gonna go and just deal with it. You know. No, no, no. There's no open casket. No. That's what I'm saying. It was just my mom, my brother, and my two sisters viewing my dad today. That's it. Nobody else can view him. But I was invited to go, but I was like, hell no. No. I don't do those things. And I don't care if it's my dad or not, because my mom says, oh, it's your father, you should go. I say, no way. I said, I don't want to see my dad like that. Are you crazy? I told her, I said, you're crazy to go too, because it's going to fuck you up. And it did. My sister said she was so bad when she left there that she's worried about her. Like she doesn't even want to leave her alone. And I said, look, I told you guys don't do it, but you don't want to listen. I tell you, you gotta do shit. You shouldn't do that. Because that's just gonna make everything worse. But nobody listens to me. And like I said, you do whatever you want. It's your life. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. You want to do it, go for it. And that's why I didn't go, because I don't want to be. I don't want to see that. Yeah. It makes it worse. It makes it worse. Like I said, I just can't wait till it's over, because when this is over tomorrow, I'm gonna be very happy because I don't have to deal with it no more. And I can just focus on my dad in spirit, focus on my dad's memory, focus on my mom and dad's house, focus on my mom, and I know my dad's gonna help me every day. And that's all that matters to me. My mindset is already set. I'm not gonna change my mind. Tanya, and that's exactly why my mom did it. My mom said to me, I have to go because I need to see him one more time. I need to see if he's dressed in the same suit I gave him. These people ain't gonna, like, fuck with my husband. And my mom um wrapped a rosary around his hand, and my sister put some like crystal bracelets in his pocket. See, I'm not. I don't want to do that. See, that's just something that's their choice, and I respect my sisters and my brother and my mom for doing it. But to me, no way. I'm on another playing field. I don't need to do that. That to me is like, no. You can do it. Go ahead. I respect you for doing it. Go for it. But Marky don't play that. Marky don't want that. No, no. Yeah, here you're allowed to. Here you're allowed to. If you request it, you're allowed. So I would say like maybe I was probably what, 16? Yeah, I was 16 years old when I went to my first funeral, and it was my friend's dad, and he's he had won. His son had won the round the island powerboat race, and he had a big picture of the victory, and he had the trophy, and he had some other items, and he threw it all in the grave with his dad. And people are like, "Oh, I thought you can't do that," and he was like, "Fuck you, I'm doing it anyway." So it's your choice really of what you want to put in the grave or what you want to put on the person when they're in the box. So, and I respect that part of it. If you have the wishes and desires, that's the least you can do because that's what you want, right? Me personally, that shit don't even matter because that person's not even there anymore. They're now a spirit. But I understand the whole concept of doing it and respecting it and wanting to do it. That's fine, like. So I respect everybody's decision, and I want everybody to respect mine at the end of the day. Hey Monique, how you doing? But yeah, my sister said my mom's not doing too good. She said that really made she said that my mom really got fucked up over that. And I said, well, didn't I tell you? And she says, I know, Mark. I know you told us not to do it, but I don't regret it. And we just wanted to do it for one last time. And I'm like, well, you guys can go right ahead. But to me, I respect your decision, but it's not gonna happen with me. And like I told my sister today, that I see in Dad already in spirit, and that's the way I want to see him. I don't want to see nothing else. Simple. And when my dad gives me messages to give to my family, I will gladly do it. It's not a problem, you know? And that's how life is going to be now. I'm not going to change my ways now, and I'm not going to have different perspectives on death just because it's my dad. And my dad will want me to be that way anyway. Oh, nice, Joey. You got your drapes clean? Yeah, of course. I'm the only one that's positive like in the family right now. My mom told me today when I was talking to her, she goes, sometimes I think that, it's not real and maybe it hasn't set in with you. I said, look, mom, I look at shit different. My mom doesn't know I'm a medium, and that's a good thing. I don't want her to know none of that stuff. Hey Rudy, how you doing, sweetie? You feeling good? Better? But like I said, I don't need to tell her. I sometimes I just lie to her and tell her another psychic told me when I'm the one who is the psychic. But she doesn't need to know that. She'll find out in spirit one day, just like my dad did. But at the end of the day, I just want to help heal her loss, and I want to bring up the good times. I don't want to bring up nothing else. You know. Well, I'm all right. Like I said, I'm holding it down. I'm not out here crying and carrying on. And I'm not saying people who do are crazy or anything. I just want everybody to understand that I do things different. And my dad dying ain't gonna be no different with my mentality, you know? And I'm trying to tell people like I don't mourn people's deaths like that because it's not what I want to do because I see them in a spiritual form. So that right there makes me happy. It makes me believe more in God every day, you know? So to me, it's just another day. I've already cried every day. It don't make no difference. It ain't gonna make no difference. Crying ain't gonna make no difference. It might help you release some stress and shit, but to me, seeing my dad in spirit the last couple days made me happy. And that's all that matters to me. And he knows a lot of people that are in spirit right now, and I'm sure he's making his rounds, and I'm sure he's happy as shit. You know? Yeah, exactly. I understand. I understand my mom is the way she is because that's her husband. She's known that man since she's 15 and she's 80. So she's known my dad for 65 years and married to him for 58. So, hey, I understand totally my mom is destroyed and she's gonna be for years to come. But I told her something today and she says, I know. And I said, Mom, listen, your whole family is gone. Your brothers, your sisters, your brother. Your husband's gone now. You buried your brother last year. You buried your husband. You're going to bury your husband tomorrow. Life goes on, right? And I know people don't like to hear that, but it's true. You can't just sit there and be, fucked up your whole life because someone's gone. That person ain't gone in a spiritual way, they're gone in a physical way. So if you learn how to make that adjustment, then your life will be so much easier. And maybe one day people will understand what I'm talking about. I really do hope so. Because when you really have that, when you really understand that concept, your life will change. Because if you pray to God every day and you believe in God, you believe in Jesus, then you're believing and talking and praying to a spirit. So now that your past loved ones are in spirit and you just got another new spirit in your life, then what the fuck is the difference? That's what I'm trying to say, and I'm not trying to be fucked up. I'm just trying to say, like, you have to look at the concept of the whole thing. That's how it works. And that's how you have to look at it. You have to, like, absorb the spiritual form now into your life. And if you do that, you will have so much better understanding of things. You'll start to laugh. You'll start to be like, yes, dad would have said this, dad would have said that. Oh, hey, dad, look at this fucking idiot. Look, and that's what I do. On Saturday, when I watch the first game without him, period, because I've never watched a game without him. We always watch the game together. We always call each other after the game. So when my team plays on Saturday, there's not going to be a phone call. There's going to be a spiritual meeting. I'm going to talk to him in spirit, and he's going to talk to me. And we're going to watch the fucking game on the couch. And that's the way it's going to be from now on, whether you like it or not. It's going to be that way, and that's it. There ain't nothing I can do about it now. Ain't nobody coming back from the dead no more. But you can deal with them while in their spiritual form. And I don't know how much more I have to say that, you know? It's just the way it is. And then people will sit here and say, oh, well, it's not the same. I never said it is the same. It's the you have to adjust to the difference. It's just like if you say if you're living right now and you have a bad car accident and you lose your legs, right? I don't even want to use this example, but I'm going to. Say you're a human form, you're perfectly fine. You go down the road, you have an accident, and you lose your legs. So what do you have to do now? You can't walk no more. So you're gonna have to be in a wheelchair and adjust to the way of living that you have now have now have to adjust to. And if you know the person, then you say, okay, this person has no legs no more. So I'm gonna do everything I can to get them fake legs, to get them in a wheelchair, to bring their spirits up to say, hey, even though you can't walk, but we're going to try and get you some fake legs, some robotic shit. We're going to make you walk again. We're going to try everything we can to make your life better. Because in this day and age, anything is possible. You got me? So we have to make adjustments every fucking day. It's just the way it is. And I don't know why it's so hard for people to understand that. I was the same way. I was always like, oh, fuck this and that, bitching and moaning about why this has got to happen, why this is this way. No, you just adjust to the new life. Nah, yeah, your dad doesn't have to come here, Joey. He's gonna be too busy aggravating you. But my dad, I know he's gonna be here. I know he's gonna be here a lot. Every time my team plays, he's gonna be here. I guarantee it. My uncle's been here for 20 something years in my apartment. Well, I've been here for 16 years. But every medium that I've ever talked to, they say you have a tall man, in your room. He's got like a hat on. I said, yeah, that's my uncle. So, and why wouldn't he be? Because he knows he can hang out here and watch the game. Ain't nobody else he knows going to be watching the damn game. And that's why sports brings people together in every way. The funeral is at 2:30 in the afternoon, my time. There's actually a link for the live feed. I'm gonna post it up on my channel. But it's on Twitch. The funeral is gonna be on Twitch, not on here. But I'll post it in the thing. So if you click the link, you're gonna have to like watch it on Twitch. Twitch is like it's like YouTube. It's like another app. I don't know if you guys have heard of it probably. But I got the link today and I'll share it. Uh, if you want to watch it. Yeah, Twitch is like YouTube. It's just another app where you can post videos and see shit and do stuff. I don't really use Twitch and I wish it wasn't on there, but I might just post it up on my YouTube depending on how things go. But I don't know anybody that really is on here on Twitch anyway, so I don't know if anybody would do it, but because it's 2:30 in the afternoon, my time is very early where you guys are. Or you're earlier than I am. Yeah, it's been around forever. Yeah. It's been around for a very long time. It's just not too many people that I know use it. More people use YouTube more than anything. Yeah. I actually DJ'd on Twitch this year a few times. I don't know how it works because I've only seen one funeral online and that was my auntie's and it was on YouTube. When my auntie passed away, I saw her funeral online, but I saw it on YouTube. I didn't see it on Twitch. So so that's why I'm thinking that I might not even like put the link up there. And my family doesn't really want me to like publicly put it up, but I might send it individually. So if somebody wants it, I'll send it to you. Like if you're definitely gonna watch it, then I'll send it to you. But I don't really want to put it up on my YouTube page and say, hey, click here. So yeah, it all depends because it's like a private link. So if people want to see it, then that's up to them. Yeah, if you want to, then I'll just send it to whoever wants it. But yeah, I'm trying not to even like look at my phone when I'm there. So I don't know like what I'm gonna do yet because those live feeds can change. They can like say, oh, it's not working on here, so now it's a new link. And I ain't gonna be sitting at the funeral in the church on my phone, like clicking shit and sending shit to people, like, cause I've seen that before where the link changed and you had to go to somewhere. I'm not like I ain't got no time for that shit. You know, I don't even want to have my phone on me, to be honest. I want to like leave it home. Right. My sister said I can put it in her purse. I said maybe I'm gonna have to because I don't really want it. Yeah. But I'll see how what happens. Like when I get there, I'll be able to analyze things and see if it's worth, dealing with. Because what I really want to do is when it starts, when the live feed starts, I want to click it on my phone to see if it works, right? And like I want to see if it works because I have Twitch account, so I'm gonna click on it, and then if it comes on and it looks good, then I'll be like, okay, cool, and I'll just like put the link on my page or something, or I might just say, hey, look, anybody who wants a link, let me know. Like, yeah, exactly. I don't really care for that, like And you know what else sucks now, Tanya, is when Sky passed away, you can go live on Instagram, no problem. But now you can't unless you have like 1,000 followers. So that's bullshit within itself. Like I hate that. So what I was thinking about doing was actually going live on YouTube and like in the beginning and just like do a little quick video and that's it. And call it a day. Cause I'm gonna get there early and I might just do like a brief little video or something. And that's it. Yeah. Oh, I thought you did it on Instagram. My bad. But yeah, I wish I can do it on Instagram is what I probably meant to say. But now you have to have all these followers on Instagram. So it's like fuck bullshit. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It depends on how I feel. It depends on how. Okay, Barbie, take care. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I'm sorry. I thought it was on Instagram for some reason. I could have sworn it was on Instagram, but I guess it wasn't. But anyway, it's I don't know what I want to do. Yeah, because I don't really want to be like that's the last thing on my mind is like doing live on during a funeral or like sending links to people on a funeral and talking to people during my dad's funeral. Like that's the last thing I want to do. But you know. I had brownies today. I had walnut brownies, Joey. I had a walnut brownie because my dad he loved walnut brownies, and I ate one today for him. It was pretty good too. I got it yesterday, ate a piece, and then today I ate the rest. No, I didn't cook today. I had takeout. I just can't be bothered to do that. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, I ate today. I ate breakfast and I ate dinner. I didn't eat no lunch, but I had breakfast and dinner. Today's been kind of wonky, you know. Today's been weird for me. Yesterday was nice, but today's been weird. But today's been also, you know, I'm definitely eating. Obviously, the first 2 days was rough, but um, yesterday I ate 3 meals and I felt good. Today I ate breakfast late and then I ate dinner and I've been drinking water. I have my coffee and stuff like that. But it's just like I mean I'm not nervous or I'm not like mad. I'm not mourning. I'm not. You know what it is? Is like my. I don't know. I don't know how I can explain how I feel because it's weird. It's like I don't know. I just feel like it's like a dream, and like I haven't woken up yet. That's the only way I can explain it. It just doesn't seem real, you know. But tomorrow it's gonna be real. But until I participate in that funeral tomorrow, then I'm never gonna like really feel anything until tomorrow. That's why tomorrow it's gonna sink in. I know it is. Tomorrow it's gonna really sink in for real. And that's just the way it is with me. Because I'm not really like hanging out feeling sorry or like, crying and shit and all that. I'm not. It's different for me because I don't, like I said, I don't want to feel upset and mad or, get my body to that feeling of like depression or, oh my God, my dad's gone. I'm not like that. I'm not dramatic and stupid like that. I'm not saying like people are stupid if they do that. I'm just saying, me personally, I think it's, like I said, my mentality is a lot different when it comes to things like that. It's because I know the reality is that person ain't coming back. But I now have that person in the way that I deal with people now. Yeah, I feel kind of overwhelmed, Rudy. I'm not going to lie. I do feel overwhelmed. You know why? Because I see my mom and my sisters and my brother overwhelmed. Their overwhelmness has made me feel that way. Because I don't like to see them cry. I don't like to see them upset. I don't want to see negative feelings or emotions. I don't like that. Because I'm a type of, everybody knows me on here. I'm not a negative person. I like to be happy every day. I like to be like, laughing, talking shit. And if I was emotional wreck, I wouldn't even be on here. I came on here the day my dad died. And I'm still here every day because that's what my dad would want me to do. He don't want me to stop my life, and nobody should. There's no reason to keep mourning and shit every day and crying like, that's my mentality. I'm gonna keep living my life. My life ain't gonna stop. I'm gonna keep going because I know I have to be strong for myself and for my family. And I'm just upset to see my mom the way she is because my mom don't deserve this. But you know what? It's just the way it is. You know, that's my only concern right now is the well-being of my mother, and that's it. It's that simple. Has Diamond been hanging out with me? Yeah, she's right behind me. She's with me a lot. She senses like she senses that I'm different. Obviously, dogs know they're not dumb, But my sleeping, Rudy, is weird as well. It's like I go upstairs, I go to sleep, and I'm fine. But then when I wake up, if I wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, it's very hard for me to go back to sleep again. But I've been getting like 4, 5, 6 hours at least every night. But yeah, exactly, Tanya. It's about my relationship with him. Speak of the devil, this damn dog. I was wondering when she was gonna get up. What do you want, nuisance? Oh yeah, you're fed up because there's no water in your bowl, huh? It's not gonna magically appear in there. I have to put some in there. Let me go give this damn dog some water. Hold on a second. Hey Maria, what's your problem? You're the biggest pain in the ass in my life. You know that? Go ahead. I'm not gonna give you a shitload of water either. All you need is a little bit of water. You're not gonna piss all over my damn floor. No, Maria, you would never be a pain in my ass. My dog is my biggest pain in the ass. This damn dog has been such a nuisance this year. Oh my god. I love her to death, but she aggravates the shit out of me. There's no more water in there, Dodo. You drank it all, and you're not getting any more. Because one, you drink too much damn water, and two, if I give you a lot of water now, you're gonna end up peeing all over the place. Then I'm gonna wanna beat the shit out of you, and I know I can't. But she's not really she's not doing too good. Like her right front arm, it gives way. Like it looks like she has arthritis in it. So she fell yesterday over my sister's house. She couldn't get up. So we had to help her up, and then once we helped her up, she was fine. It's like her elbow and like her arm is hurting. But when I touch it, she doesn't like get mad at me or anything like that. She'll like pull away a little bit, but like I try to massage it for her, and she's like, "Yeah, that's cool." She's getting old, 11 years old. Yeah, Monique, that's what I'm saying. It does hit different when I see them, get put in the ground or in a box. So, you know. Yeah, exactly, Rudy. And I think that's the difference that's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen tomorrow. See, I've been tough all this time, but come tomorrow, it's probably when I'm gonna really break down and finally give in to like showing my emotions and crying and all that type of bullshit, which I'm not looking forward to. But you know what? It's bound to happen. And it's only one day that I have to do it, and that's it. And then I'm just gonna deal with it. At the end of the day, I honestly I can't wait for it to be over tomorrow because I don't feel like this has been dragged out for a whole week now. Tomorrow's gonna make 1 week my dad passed away, so you know it's just the way it is. But like I said, you guys know me, and I'll probably be here tomorrow, no problem. And that's the way it's gonna be because my life's gonna keep moving on. It's all good. All right, Maria. Good night, sweetheart. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate you. I know you're not a pain in my ass. Um, Even before my dad passed away last week, Joey, she's been feeling like shit. She's my Diamond's problem is everywhere I go, she wants to be. So, for instance, if I'm outside and she's like laying down on the ground or in our bed outside on the porch, and she sees me come out of my sister's house, she wants to get up right away and follow me. So I would say to her, "Hey, I'm coming right back." And she knows what that means. I say, "Look, stay. I'm coming right back." That goes in this ear and comes out that ear. She'll get up anyway. She'll follow me to the gate, and I'll close the gate in her face and say, "Look, I'm coming right back." So she'll stay there at the gate until I come back. And then when I come back, she'll get back up, follow me back the other way again. And if she would have just listened to me and stayed put, she would save so much energy and save so much time going up and down and making herself worse. But no, she don't want to listen. I wish that I can like, you know, tie her somewhere and just be like, just keep still and you'll save your energy, for crying out loud. You don't have to follow me every damn place I go. Well, you know, she wants to be around me 24/7. And that's okay. I understand where she's come, but I want her to like preserve her energy. Yeah, but she does it anyway, even when I'm the happiest in the world. She does, like, she just wants to be around me every day. And she wants to come inside. She wants to be with me 24/7. It's just the way it is. And that's what dogs do. Dogs want to be around you, protect you. And when they know that you've like saved them from bullshit, that makes it even more like, worse, that they're gonna be around you like all the time. They'll never like not stop loving you and trying to like be around you every day. But it's cool though. I mean, she doesn't really bother me like that. It's just that I wish she would keep still so she don't get hurt and she doesn't like feel pain and stuff. She's laying right here, right on the tile, and she's fine. And I don't see her like her body shaking or anything. She seems cool. She seems all right. She's breathing fine. She eats fine. She drinks a lot of water. She's okay. But you're right. She does feel my emotions and she feels that something's wrong. She can tell she ain't stupid. She knows. But tomorrow that'll all change and we'll go back to normal. And I always make sure that she's okay. Like, I don't want nothing bad to happen to her. I always make sure she has everything she needs. And even though she's a pain in my ass, but, you know, she's okay though. She's going through one of those phases right now. My sister's worried about her more than I am. My sister's like, oh my God, she's limping. Poor sight, what's wrong with her? And I'm like, it's called arthritis. It's called being a pain in the ass and getting up every 5 seconds everywhere I go. Sometimes I go around the other side of the house so she don't see me. So she doesn't have to get up. Like she just overdoes herself. I always try to like, and even when like right now when I get up, like I'm leaving now anyway, but I'm gonna tell her let's go outside and pee, and then she's gonna be like trying to get up and she can't really get up fast, so I help her up now. Like I put my hands underneath her belly and I bring her hind legs up so she can stand on them, because our hind legs are the problem, and that's what happens to every dog at that age. Their back legs, they become weak. And because she's trying to pull herself up with her right arm, because that's her dominant arm, like her right arm's starting to hurt now because she's forcing herself to get up. So now I try and help her every time that she tries to get up. So I'll go behind her and I'll go on top of her like, and I'll hover over and I'll say, "Come on, let's go get up." So she'll start to get up, and as soon as I can put my hands underneath her, I'll lift her up, and then she'll go like that. and then she'll just walk outside normal. She's fine. Once she's up, she'll walk no problem. But I don't I just like I said, like again, I know that she's, getting older. It's a matter of time. And I know she's going through her little cycle of being old. And I'm just gonna help her until I have to, that's all. But I'm not gonna let her suffer. Fuck that. I don't wanna see her suffer. That's why I help her get up to make sure she's okay. But there's some days she'll get up so fast, no problem. And then there's other days she slides all over the place. And then there's other days where she's like, hey, are you gonna help me or what? So it's pretty funny like how she acts. But at the end of the day, I know that she's going 11 years old, so all right, she's getting up there. But she's my baby. She's all right. Right, Bobo? But dogs can definitely feel your emotions and your feelings, that's for sure. She's been looking at me like, oh, staring at me and stuff as if to say, what's going on you? What's going on? Because my dad hasn't been up here in this apartment around her forever. You know, Diamond is a senior dog and needs a cane. Yeah, she does. That's gonna be, another big loss in my life is when she goes. I pray that doesn't happen no time soon, but I'm watching her deteriorate slowly too, and it sucks. She's already having problems getting up, so I just hope that and pray that I can heal her and keep her safe and keep her happy for now. That's why when she's like laying down and stuff, I don't bother her. I don't want her to get up. I'll walk around her. Like the less she tries to get up, the better it is for her. But she's all right then. She'll be fine. I'm gonna stay positive and make sure she's okay. All right, Joey, Tanya, I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll let you guys know what's going on. Uh, Tomorrow, depending on how difficult the funeral is, I might be here. And if you don't see me, obviously, I don't feel like coming on here, but most likely I will. And even if it's just to come on and talk and not do no readings, obviously, I might just come on here just to check in with you guys and let you know how it went or whatever. But if nobody sees me, then I'll probably be here on Saturday. But most likely, I'm gonna make the effort to come on here just to speak to everybody and tell everybody how it is and stuff like that. But I probably won't be doing no readings or nothing. But I'll definitely probably come on and just, express myself or tell everybody what's going on. Yeah, there you go. She might go live. Love you too, Monique. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you. All right, Brownie Twin. All right, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll let you know how it goes. And I'm going to try the link if I have time and see if it's on. And if it works, then I'll probably send it to a couple of you if you want to see it. But I'll see how it goes. I'll click on it and see if it works during church, and then if it works, I'll send it to you guys if you want. All right. Good night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.